Hi, I am Reiner Kenizia and you are watching No Enemies Here Wargaming News. Okay. Hi, I'm Sid Saxon.
No.
No? Hi, I am Reiner Kenizia and you are watching No Enemies Here Wargaming News. Okay, now I got it. Hi, I am Reiner Kenizia, yeah? Reiner Kenizia, and you are watching No Prisoners Taken.
No.
No. Oh, this is so small, I can't read this. Hi, I am Reiner Kenizia, and you are watching No Enemies Here Wargaming News. Yes, now I got it. Hi, I am Reiner Kenizia, and you are watching No Enemies Here Wargaming News. Yo-hey!
Micro Design Group. Live free or die. 3 battles for America from designer Carrie Anderson. And what you get with this game are 3 11 by 17-inch map boards representing battlegrounds in California, Florida, Georgia, and Texas, and 480 half-inch counters. Strategy and Tactic Press. Modern War. Issue 44 Game Edition. Desert One War, Persian Gulf 1979 to 1981. And what you get with this game are 1 22 by 34-inch map and 228 counters. High Flying Dice Games and Breaking the Ice, the Great Lakes Winter Fleet 1942. Designed by Paul Rohrbaugh, and what you get with this game are 2 11 by 17-inch maps, 241 double-sided counters and markers, a player aid sheet, 24 playing cards, and 1 rulebook. GMT and Tank Duel, Enemy in the Crosshairs. A game designed by Mike Bertuccelli, and the components are 220 cards, 16 full-color mounted tank boards, 8.5 by 11, 2 full-color counter sheets, half a sheet of 1-inch round counters, rulebook, scenario book, and 8 playing cards. Complexity is medium, and solitaire suitability is sky high. Nightingale Games Shop. War Room, Larry Harris's game. The guy who gave us Axis and Allies. What you get with this game? Well, this is a 2 to 6 player game with 4 scenarios. Took 5 years to make. And what you get with this game is a lot. Because if I start, we'll never finish. And when I don't finish, well, it's not done. So, a lot. Awakening the Bear, 3rd edition, available now. Stones of Steel, 3rd edition, available now. Chris Harding Simulation and Operation Compass, World War II North Africa, 1940. And what you get with this game is a rule book, 1 map, 2 small counter sheets, and 2 Ziploc counter bags. Operation Compass is designed by Chris Harding and is a solo game. And from Poland, STRATEGEMATA, The Last Vikings. What you get in this game are 652 counters, 2 map boards, 1 rule book, 1 scenario book, 3 setup sheets, and 1 10-sided die. This is a game for 2 to 3 players. Playing time, 4 to 6 hours. A game designed by, and I hope I don't butcher your name, Slav, but it's Slavomir Lukasic. Multi-Man Publishing, MMP. And the game, Monty's Gamble, Market Garden. What you get with this game is 1 unmounted map sheet, 3 counter sheets, rulebook, 4 setup cards, and 4 6-sided dice. This is a 2-player game designed by Michael Ranella. Flying Pig Games and Dream Team designer Herman Lotman, Vorwarts, a crowbar expansion. The game includes 6 new scenarios, a sheet of counters, and a beautiful box to keep everything pretty in. Thin Red Line Games, 1985, Deadly Northern Lights, Cold War for real. This is a game designed by Fabrizio Vianello. Wargamer reviews Santa Cruz 1797, a game designed by Ivan Caceres, published by Bellica 3rd Generation. The OG, the original Grognard Devon, has some exciting and quite fascinating news for us wargamers in the wargaming community with a channel update. That said, the OG must have fell on his head because he's taking a look at Silverton, a game of Colorado railroading. Well, this game was designed by Dory Smith and John Smith, published by Mayfair Games. Be well, OG. GIMPY, the Gimpy Gamer, gives us his opinion on supporting your local game store. Also, GIMPY is continuing his playthrough of the Solitaire Fallout Wasteland playthrough. Yeah, he's playing Fallout Wasteland Warfare solo. That's what I mean to say. Part 4! The man with the radio voice, ARDWULF of ARDWULF'S LAIR, is giving us a 10-minute video on 1. Moving? Yes. And 2. Desert Island games. Check out ARDWULF on his Desert Island games. And STUKAJOE shows us not only that he has technical chops, but musical chops. Must be in that Latino blood. If any of you are interested, check out the end of the video where I, Dan Pancaldi, as a musician, will be analyzing the composition that STUKAJOE is playing. I don't even know it's his, but I will guide you through an emotional ride. Trust me. I know of what I talk about. Hopefully. He's got a video out of him explaining in Spanish what he will be doing and where he will be attending, or what he will be doing at Belotacon or Beotacon. STUKAJOE. Chief reviews a GMT game designed by Mark Herman called Peloponnesian War, the 2019 edition. Rob Oren of Rob's Tabletop World ranks his top 12 solo war games. AJ Toynbee, Jason Cruz of Hexes and Soldiers, has a live stream where you should guess where he is. Personally, I guess that he was in a brothel. The Players Aid must be slacking off after the 6,000 subscriber party. Because, as of Wednesday today, they only have one video out. It's an unboxing. And what they are unboxing is a GMT game designed by Mark McLaughlin and Chris Vorder Bruges called Ancient Civilizations of the Inner Sea. Well, they must have heard what I said, because Alexander's out with a review of NATO Air Commander Solitaire Strategic Air Command in World War III. Game designed by Brad Smith, published by HOLLANDSPIELE. Combat Board Games is unbagging Trade Wars, a game designed by Chris Clark, published by Inner City Games Design. Combat is also unbagging or unboxing Space Nazis from Hell. You know, some of these older designs there, they got a little cachet or something, eh? Space Nazis from Hell 1993 is designed by Paul Lidberg, published by Pacific Rim Publishing. I'd like to thank Dave of the Centurions Review, the punk rocker of war games, for the tip on combat board games. Thanks, Dave.
Hey guys, Dave here. Welcome to Centurions Review, the punk rock band of war game review institutions. The first game we will be reviewing on our website is Attack Force from TSR. It's from the early 1980s. Essentially, it's a copy of the Death Star battle in Star Wars. You have ships that are going around a Death Star-looking entity and looking for the secret place, kind of like a thermal exhaust valve where you have to hit it to blow up the ship. I'll let everyone know how the game is in the review. On our YouTube channel, the first game we'll be doing a first look at is Fight in the Skies, also from TSR. This is an interesting looking World War I dogfight game. The counters look pretty good for 1979, which is unusual because it's really rare that you see a decent looking counter from 1979, but the components are good and the rules look interesting, so it might turn out to be a good game. Also on our YouTube channel, we'll be taking a look at a free role-playing game from, get this, not your standard gaming company, but from Wendy's, the fast food place. They have a downloadable role-playing game. It looks like it has some similarities to D&D 5th edition, but it's pretty funny. Take a look at the video. I think you'll get a kick out of it. Hope to see you guys soon on our website and on our YouTube channel. Have a good evening.
Mo of Mo's Game Table is unboxing a Ray Weiss game by CSL called 1995 Milosevic's Last Gamble. Mo is also unboxing Knights of Fire Battle for Budapest, a game by Brian Train and Michael Tercy, and that's it, yeah. The Itinerant of the Itinerant Hobbyist is unboxing MMP's Monty's Gamble Market Garden. This is a game designed by Michael Ranella. Also, Itinerant is giving us an independent review of Battlefront Colors of War, painting World War II and World War III miniatures. Greg of Little Wars TV gives us a recap of the Barrage 2019 conventions. Wicked miniatures, check it out. The Wargamer continues with his 8th video of Decision Games Hurtgen Hell's Forest, in which he gives us a video on the 12th of September 1944, the Access PM game turn. Jan Heinemann continues his Field of Glory Empires playthrough, number 47. The Rough Swordman Wargamer continues his playthrough part 4 of the Rabal campaign of Corsair Leader, a game designed by Dan Verson, published by DVG. Ruff also has a video out, part 2 of Crossing the Line playthrough, Aachen 1944, a game designed by Dirk Blenneman, published by Banana Games, or Führer Teutonicus Games. Sorry. Also, Rough Swordsman is opening the box, or unbagging, by Revolution Games, Kernstown. John Krantz and Cuppets Games live, which is not live because it's been pre-recorded. He's interviewing, in the designer spotlight, Bruce Maxwell on NATO. The Professor Riccardo Mazzini, back from a well-deserved vacation, on his vlog 33, he discusses Napoleon Saga. And the Professor also has another blog entitled, on his vlog, October. Tim Korchnoi of Bare Bones Wargaming does an unboxing of Kiev 41, a game designed by Emanuele Sant'Andrea, published by Vento Nuovo Games. Counterproductive Games is playing a lock and load publishing Heroes of Normandy. This is a playthrough and a prelude to the scenario Calandale. After the prelude comes the playthrough. Sit down, relax, make yourself a nice cup of whatever you want, and enjoy the playthrough of Lock and Load Publishing's Hero of Normandy scenario Calandale. Lock and Load Publishing has another boot camp for us of the World at War 85 Minefield Removal, a video by GIMPY, the GIMPY Gamer.
A game for gamers, made by gamers, by Flying Pig Games.
Howdy folks, I'm Jeff McAleer, the Grand Poobah of thegaminggang.com. And Dan was kind enough to allow me to take a few moments to share with you what's going on both at thegaminggang.com as well as on the YouTube channel. Yes, because I do host the Daily Dope, which airs live Mondays through Fridays at 7 p.m. Central, where I share the latest tabletop gaming news of the day. In fact, Dan himself hangs out in chat and harasses me mercilessly night after night. Nah, I'm just kidding. So if you want, feel free. Be sure to join me Mondays through Fridays at 7 p.m. Central on YouTube on the Gaming Gang channel. Now, outside of just tabletop gaming news, I do reviews and unboxings as well. So, coming up this week and also into the weekend as well, I've got reviews of the Delta Green Agent's Handbook and Handler's Guide. Of particular interest to folks watching No Enemies Here, I will be reviewing The Last 100 Yards from GMT Games. I've got a review of the Pearlbrook expansion for Everdell. This is the collector's edition too, so I will have my review of that. I've got a review of Brides and Bribes from Space Balloon and Ares Games. This is not the lighthearted game that people thought it might be. It's pretty cutthroat and it's pretty cool. Got that. We're also going to take some first looks at Thieves' Den from Daily Magic Games. I already did actually cover this prior to its Kickstarter, as I try to get rid of some of the glare there. And I enjoyed it, so I'm looking forward to checking out what's in the finished product. And also, from the fine folks over at Backspindle Games, we're going to take a first look at Morn Quest, a game of myth and legend. Yes, Irish myth and legend. So, be sure to stop by thegaminggang.com and visit the Gaming Gang channel on YouTube. Once again, I'm Jeff McAleer. Thank you very much, Dan. Back to No Enemies Here.
The discriminating gamer Cody is checking out David Thompson and Trevor Benjamin's game, Undaunted Normandy, a game published by Osprey Games. You gotta check this clip out of Cody. I mean, this is where I get my ideas from guys like this, man, and guys like Jeff McAleer, you know, who, you know, it's the face, man, you know what I'm saying? Check this out.
Oh, hi there. I'm Cody. I'm in my 40s. I really like long walks on the beach or hikes. I like to read a good book now and then. I like movies. I like just hanging out sometimes, you know. I'm pretty busy with school, but I'd make time for you. Look, if you're feeling it, like I think maybe I'm feeling it, go ahead, swipe right, and who knows, we might have a very good time together. What's that? This is the game review. I thought this was the app. For the app? The singles app? Didn't you read the schedule? My secretary puts that together for a reason. Look, all right, we'll do the game review. We'll do the singles app later. All right? Fine. Hello, welcome to the Discriminating Gamer. Joke. Today we're going to take a look at Undaunted Normandy from Osprey Games.
something really weird happened a few days ago. I got a phone call, and it's Harold Buchanan. Wow, Harold Buchanan. I'm freaked, you know. Hey, Harold, how are ya? He says, you're Dan Pancaldi? Yeah. Hey, you called my house. It's me. And then he lost it. He loses it. Well, I was so happy that it was Harold Buchanan. I pressed record so, you know, I can keep that conversation for posterity. This is how it went. Hello? Hello, is this Dan Pancaldi? Yes, it is. This is the No Enemies Here, Dan Pancaldi? Yes, sir. Well, this is Harold Buchanan. Harold? Wow! What an honor! Dan Pancaldi? Are you wearing that stupid beep in Michigan t-shirt? What? Yeah, you take that beep in Michigan t-shirt off or I'll break your beep head! Harold, it's just a Michigan t-shirt. You don't know nothing. You shut up. You speak only when you're spoken to. You hear me? I know people. I got friends in the Pentagon and I got friends in the CIA. I can either bomb you or I can snipe you. So you take that beef t-shirt off before I come back there and rip the beef t-shirt off your body. Okay, Harold. I'll be sending you some beef t-shirts and that's what you're gonna wear. Okay, kiss my ass! Hello? Harold? Well, I guess that's that then. You want to know what's happening on the big board? I'll tell you what's happening on the big board. Kevin, CEO, Big Man for Life, is checking out Days of Heroes, Lock and Load Tactical System, a game designed by Tom Hershaft, Jeff Lewis, and Mark Walker, published by Lock and Load Publishing. Also, Kevin is unboxing Kiev 41, the Kickstarter unboxing, a game published by Vento Nuovo Games, designed by Emanuele Sant'Andrea.
Hey, this is David Thompson. Dan invited me to come on and talk a little bit about a game I have in work right now. It's very early in the design process, but this is a game called By Stealth and Sea. So this is a game about Italian frogmen who piloted human torpedoes in World War II. So if you're not familiar with it, extremely well-trained, highly skilled force, part of the Italian Navy, who literally would sneak in. A submarine would carry human torpedoes to an attack site. Most often that was Gibraltar, though they also executed attacks. Their most famous attack and most successful was in Alexandria, and they also attacked Algiers. So while this group, which goes by Exmos and a couple of other names that I will butcher if I try to pronounce, Dan can pronounce them for you maybe. But they were part of a larger group that included fast boat attacks, etc. But this game is specifically designed around the pilots of the human torpedoes. So what I'm showing here is just a very rough prototype of that design, and really this is just one scenario of it. So this is the game I've been working on, just a single scenario where the frogmen attacks Gibraltar. It's part of the ultimate design is for it to be part of essentially a campaign where you're managing all of the frogmen who conducted all of the attacks in Gibraltar and Alexandria and Algiers. Your frogmen will gain experience over time. You'll have the ability to upgrade the human torpedoes that they piloted, and make some other decisions, some more strategic decisions that will affect their success over time. So this specific design is part of a design competition on Board Game Geek. So there's the annual Board Game Geek design competition, and this is part of that. And for the purposes of that contest, it just includes a single Gibraltar scenario. So that's really what I'm going to walk you through. So let's talk about the game. Again, we're at a reduced scale here just for prototype. With an actual game, the board would be bigger, the counters would be bigger, but for this purpose, I know you guys won't be able to see the counters. I'll send all the artwork to Dan so he can show you up close what it looks like. And also even the board. I've completely redesigned the board to give it a nighttime look, so you're seeing an earlier version of that. So the turn sequence, everything that basically matters in the game, how to play the game, is here on the side. And the first thing that you'll do in the game is you're going to use your SLCs. Now the SLC is an abbreviation that stands for, it's short for the Italian name that described what these human torpedoes were. So each one of them, there's 3 of them. That was the normal complement for each attack. 3 human torpedoes, each piloted by, or each had 2 operators, a pilot and then a second. The pilot was an officer, and the second would be typically a warrant officer. So they would sneak into the harbor on their human torpedoes. Sometimes they would submerge. Typically, they would kind of ride right at the water level. They would sneak in. Their goals were always going to be Allied and almost always British naval ships. That was the goal. Usually they weren't able to accomplish that. Oftentimes, because these were so dangerous and the human torpedoes they rode, there were so many mechanical problems, they would abort missions, or maybe they would have to flex to a different target and take out like a merchant ship, a tanker, or something like that. Again, if you're interested in it all in this, if it sounds like something you don't know about, but it's interesting to you, read up on the raid in Alexandria, because that was by far their most successful. So you'll control the 3 SLCs. They're going to go in, try to penetrate to the harbor, attack British warships. In addition to the British warships that are in the harbor, though, there's also some tankers outside the harbor in the roadstead, and then some tankers that are inside the harbor. So a turn would look something like this. You would for each SLC, you have a couple of actions. Actions are moving it. You can, let's see, I'm just going to get my quick reference sheet here so I can tell you. So if it's above water, and you'll be able to control whether the SLC is submerged or on the surface. If it's on the surface, you'll be able to move it or full move. And really, we're just talking about how many hexes it's moving at a time. It's the difference there. Each SLC gets 2 action points. You can break those up across multiple different actions, however you want. Changing direction. So obviously, they were attacking at night. They had instrumentation, but also they had to use their own direction finding capabilities. So changing direction wasn't as easy as it sounds. So that's actually an action you have to take, and potentially it could require a skill check to accomplish. And that's just changing your facing on a hex. Dive, so literally submerging the SLC, typically to escape a patrol craft. Emergency dive, so diving normally would take a couple of action points, would take your whole turn, or you can try to just take a single action point and emergency dive. Again, though, that's going to require a skill check. And then evade net. So the harbor was blocked off with submarine nets, and so to penetrate it, you're going to have to get through that net. And then if you're submerged, you can also move or full move, change direction, surface, and evade net. So you can do the same things. It's just that when you're surfaced, your action economy is going to be much poorer, but your ability to be undetected is going to be much higher. So it's a trade-off between, do I go for better action economy at the expense of being seen more easily if I stay on the surface. And then some things you can do in either submerged or surfaced is you can recover, which if a patrol craft attacks you with depth charges, you'll become stunned the first time, and it'll reduce your action points. It just symbolizes or simulates one or both of the operators being affected by the depth charge or the SLC itself. So you can spend an action to recover, which is just the crew regrouping. And then, obviously, the most important part of this is at detaching the actual warhead. So the front of the torpedo was the warhead. So you have to detach it from the SLC, attach it to the ship. And then if you do that early enough in the game, which is symbolized by rounds, and each round takes about a half hour of real world time. It's simulating a half hour of real world time. If you attach the warhead successfully with enough time left, your operator will be able to escape. And he wants to be able to escape, and he wants to be able to sink the SLC so that the British don't find it and discover what's happening and how the attack occurred. So that's really a high level of the game. So a normal turn would look something like, you move your SLC a couple of spaces, and maybe you change direction. Maybe I dive, and so we have the status of each SLC, whether it's surfaced or submerged, and you would just have a little token and you would mark it. So maybe I might submerge it, Maybe another guy's coming this way. And you can see early on, you're kind of planning, okay, what am I going for here? Each of the different ships has a number of victory points. For you to accomplish, in this specific Gibraltar scenario, for you to accomplish success, you need to meet at least the historical victory conditions, which was they actually destroyed 3 merchant ships in this case. So, or 3 tankers rather. So if you destroy those 3 tankers, you'll accomplish a historic victory. If you are able to destroy some of the actual naval ships, you're going to do better than that. And of course, if you're not able to destroy the tankers, then you'll lose the game. So the first thing you'll do is you remove your SLCs. The next thing that will happen is you'll roll for a searchlights. And so what we're looking at here is it's just a 2d6 roll, and based on whether you're surfaced or submerged, that's going to be the difficulty of the searchlights detecting you. If you're detected, you'll put a detected token on your SLC. There's a roll for each of them. And once the detected token's on an SLC, it's much easier for the rest of the defense forces, the harbor defense forces, to be alerted to your presence. After the searchlights, the patrol craft will go. You can see we have 10 patrol craft here. They're going to make a check, and so this is a much more this check is much more contingent on all sorts of different things. So things that factor into it is whether the SLC is surfaced, whether it's been detected, and whether it's in the harbor. And then of course the combination of those, right? If it's detected in the harbor, etc. So all of those things are going to play into the roll. You'll roll for each SLC, and if it's successful, then a patrol craft will be placed next to it. Now, these come out placed on their exhausted side, which means that in the turn that they come out, they won't actually be able to attack you. So you're going to have one turn to be able to do something to try to evade these patrol craft. Typically, if you're surfaced, you're going to try to submerge and move away, etc. And then the patrol craft has a movement chart that dictates where it's moving. So if a patrol craft ends its turn in the same space as the SLC, that's when it'll make an attack. And as I said before, if it makes a successful attack, it'll stun the SLC. If it makes it two successful attacks, then the SLC is destroyed and the operators are killed. So that's an extremely high view of the game. It's low complexity. It takes about 20 minutes to play. So the intent here of this design is really there's about 8 to 10 missions that will be in the final game. So the intent is you're going to be managing your crew, your upgrades, all of that stuff between missions. That'll take you probably about 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes at the absolute most. The actual mission itself takes 20, maybe 25 minutes to play. So the idea here is that with a single session, you'd probably play through at least 2 or 3 missions. You'll be able to see your operators gain experience, see how they do in the attacks, again, in Gibraltar, Alexandria, and Algiers. So super high level. I will make sure, like I said, to send Dan tons of pictures. He can include whatever he wants. Hopefully the video is okay and you're able to at least get an overview sense of the game. Okay, thanks a lot.
FAINA has a new podcast out. Well, new. Actually, this is episode 1, season 2 of Gioco and Storia. Gamehole Con 7. When? October 31st to November 3rd. Where? In Madison, Wisconsin at the Alien Energy Center. And I'd like to thank Dennis Heinen for this information. Thanks, Dennis. The San Marino Game Convention 2020, the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of May in the Palace Hotel San Marino. Where's San Marino? Well, it's in Italy. And what does it look like? Like this. Kansas City War Game Festival. It's called Historic Kansas City or Historic KC Fest in Kansas City, Overland Park Convention Center, June 26th to the 28th in the year 2020. The San Diego Historical Game Convention, November 8th, 9th, and 10th, 2019. At the Handerly Hotel, 950 Hotel Circle North, San Diego, California. RockCon 2019, October 25th to October 27th at the Tabala Event Center, 7910 Newburgh Road in Rockford, Illinois. Compass Games, New Direction in Gaming. Compass Games Expo 2019, from November 8th to the 11th at the Red Line Hotel in Cromwell, Connecticut. Board Game Geek, BGG, Fall, 20 to 24th of November 2019 at the Hyatt Regency in Dallas, Texas. Another week, another show. Could you believe it? Reiner Kenizia. I mean, that guy's designed over 600 games, if not 700. He's in the Game Hall of Fame. Probably the most prolific game designer in history. Anyways, I was real glad that he agreed to do my intro. Thank you. Thank you to my new supporter, Bill McGinnis. Thanks, Bill. And thanks to everyone else watching. I really appreciate this. Please like, subscribe, support this channel if you can. And that Harold thing. Anyways, guys, girls, have a good weekend. Ciao. GIMPY! Yeah. What's happening in... you know what? You want to know what's happening on the big board? Checking out? Mo is also checking out our... You know, my mom used to tell me in her in her dialectical Italian, in her Italian dialect, she would say, tu si speciale, fai sempre a modo tuo. Basically, she said, you're special. You always do it your way. Well, nothing has changed, right? So, I'm going to analyze Joe's piece, but not in the highfalutin way, like, you know, like something like over with talking technical terms and you know what the hell is he talking about? You know, I'm not gonna say stuff like, yeah, well, this is a it's in binary mode, but not really, because the B section has its own key, so basically it's gonna become a sonata mode because of certain progressions he uses to modulate. I'm not gonna do that. So my musical analysis will be a war game-ish musical analysis. So if this was turned into a musical piece for a war movie, this is how it plays out. Call to arms, you're ready. Let's go. Ta 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 ta. You're ready, you've been there, you're ready for this action. All of a sudden, something's happening. They're not there. They're behind you. It's an ambush. It's happening too fast. You get one feeling of elation because you think that, you know, the brigade's coming to help you out, but it's their brigade. And basically you're being interrogated. The guy's being friendly, but you know he's not your friend. And you got a new daddy. You're a prisoner of war. And Joe does it very quick. Like he can extend that to ad nauseum, you know, anyways, musical tricks, whatever, adding notes, going on to different keys. But no, basically, STUKAJOE, you're going to meet STUKAJOE, right? And he's not there. But he gives you a kick in the ass, a shot in the head. So you turn around, you see him, you think, wow, I'm ready to belt him. And he kicks you right in the cojones. Yeah. That's how quick, emotionally, this piece goes. Nice piece, though. I like it very much. See you next week.